Hi guys, welcome to our second Anat conversation. For this week, we talked to POSH PALMA Styles, and we actually spoke to them a few weeks ago, but I only got around to editing it. And just a heads up, they've already launched their online website, so I urge you guys to check it out because it has such cool product, and you guys can learn more about it in this interview and about their community-based approach to fashion. And I thought this would be a good opportunity for me to show you guys one of the products that I bought from their website last week, actually. And I got this really nice, you can't see me, beach towel, and I really like it because you could put it on as a cover up because it has this like really nice and smooth skirt material. I almost feel bad taking it to the beach because I don't want it to get damaged by sand. It's just like too pretty. But this is just one of my purchases. I'm sure I'll be making many more from Push Palma Style. So hope you guys enjoy this video and let us know in the comments who you'd like us to interview next.
My first corporate job was at an e-commerce flash sale site. So there I did styling, I did buying, and I did merchandising. And then I moved to Tampa 5 years ago, and there I was with the Home Shopping Network. So it pretty much did a lot of the same thing, but here I had to actually learn of TV. So I was actually like buying merchandise that was going to sell on on a TV network. So it was a whole monster. It was a lot, but I feel like I have a great solid 10 years of expertise in my field. Definitely, at least throughout those 10 years, I was able to learn that what my passion is really dressing women, allowing them to feel great in their skin, you know, whether it's through style, whether it's through trends, whether it's through, analyzing and educating myself on each person, on each profile, on each one of my clients. But that is what fulfills me, is allowing you to look beautiful and be confident in your skin. So Push Palma Styles is something, not the name per se, but the concept of what it is something that's been in me since I was little. But earlier this year in January, I took a trip with one of my styling clients to a showroom, and it sparked that day. She took me with her and she told me, Jelly, you need to not wait. Like, this is what you have to do. This is you. You're pretty much, you have the fashion experience, you have the styling experience. Now all you need is your own brand, your merchandise that you can sell, and then yet also style your clients with. So it was kind of like a no-brainer. So when that came about, I called Valerie one night. I didn't sleep the whole night after the showroom visit. I called her and I said, we need to do this. Do you think it's possible? And I thought of her right away because I have the expertise and really the product part of it, but I'm no whiz when it comes to digital marketing and social media and website and all that stuff, which is really her, her love and her passion. So I think the way that we came together, it was a perfect fusion between the both of us.
Yeah, it's a dream team.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay,
Exactly. And now I can give you guys a little background of me.
yes.
I'm Valerie. I graduated with Salma last year.
Yay, Clark.
I know I wasn't that we have our eyebrows together. So I graduated in May of last year with a bachelor's in international relations and marketing. But I only got a minor in marketing. It wasn't something that I knew that I had to study throughout college. But I feel like somehow I kept getting myself involved with like clubs, and I was always the one trying to, work around all the digital stuff and pretty much all that. So when I graduated, I got a Fulbright grant. So I moved to Mexico City. And I was there working in the impact investing field, specifically and of like empowering women entrepreneurs. And for the company I was working for, it was a startup company. So with that being said, I had a lot of room for me to explore and take like a lot of the responsibilities. So I primarily focused there on the marketing efforts of the company. And it was really nice to see how, because of my work, I was able to impact women's lives. And that was pretty much the moment where I realized that my main purpose is to uplift women digitally and provide them with the tools that they need to grow their businesses, and also for them to be their own boss, you know, and their own jefas in a sense. So I was there in Mexico, and I was supposed to come back in like mid-June, but then Corona happened, and I had to basically leave Mexico in a matter of days. So I returned to the U.S. In Miami, where we're right now, like we live next to each other, and I think it worked out perfectly because now I have the opportunity to work on my own dream, which is empowering women digitally, but also work in the store, which is empowering women as well. So I think it's the perfect combination. I think the timing was right, and it turned out to be great because now we're launching next Friday. So we're super nervous, but I think it's been a great learning experience. And like Jelly said, I think we both have great abilities, and together it's like we're jefas individually, but together we're like the queendom of jefas. Like it's like a greater frequency where we're just making stuff happen and really impacting women's lives, which is the bigger why of why we're doing this.
Yeah, this is so cool. It's funny because I remember in class I was with Valerie, and one of our professors was like, yeah, Valerie loves marketing, but marketing loves Valerie too. She's like the face, she's like literally the face of Clark University. Every advert, like everything promoting Clark had Valerie's face plastered on it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I forgot about that, but that's so true.
Yeah. It's a mutual love.
So to look further into your content, we always see Lolita in your posts. Can you tell us more about her?
We can tell you, I guess I can give you a little description, and Valerie can kind of tell you hers, but so Lolita, the name actually came about the day that we did our lifestyle shoot. So we did our lifestyle shoot about a month and change ago. And it was a day where we both woke up and we were a little nervous. I mean, obviously, like doing this photo shoot during COVID, you know, practicing social distancing, like all of this, it was like we were doing a lifestyle shoot under this new normal, how everyone is calling it. So it was just scary. It was like, man, I want to have a shoot. I want to have fun, but we're going to have restrictions, but we're going to, is it really going to work? Is it going to really translate who we are, who our girl is? So it was just a lot going on in our head that morning. And we started shooting at like 2 p.m. And it ended up being such a beautiful experience. And it was right after we shot with the first signature top, which is called POSH PALMA Styles, POSH PALMA's signature. And we were talking and we were listening to some of our tunes, you know, which I don't know if later on we'll talk about our playlist, but we were talking about some of the music we like to listen to. And we're like, wow, like our girl is that tropical, like she's that bohemian, like effortless, romantic, like hot girl who just like really embraces who she is. Like she embraces her natural beauty. She loves who she is, whether she's a mom and she has stretch marks and she's a little bit overweight and she has, or whether it's, you know, it's a girl who has cellulite, whether it's a girl who has curly hair who hasn't embraced it yet, whether it's like whatever it is that you're battling with, like it's just about owning it and like knowing that you're beautiful with whatever scars, whatever you have, because that's the beauty of each one of us, is that we all have our own characteristics and we have our own DNA. So we are each own, you know what I mean? Which is beautiful. Yeah. So to be able to come to you with Lolita, with her being so like chill and like so relaxed, you know, like to be able to give you those resources and the tools and bring you this brand, you know, these apparel pieces and these accessories that just make it a little bit less, you know, exhausting on you and more effortless for you, you know, to look great, then, you know, all, we're super happy to be able to be bringing that to her. But she is definitely that chill girl,
Yeah. And I think that when we first saw the picture of Lolita, I think it really, really caught our attention, the fact that she's not wearing shoes, and two, she's topless. Like she's not wearing hair. And I think for me, that's like, she's fearless. And that she's she's down to go with the flow, and she's she wants to challenge the status quo. She wants to embrace, she wants to disrupt, she wants to change things. And I think that's what we want to do with the brand. And we want all of us to have a little bit of Lolita, and to have her as an inspiration of, what, I don't need to care. I can just be myself, and that's okay.
That's so beautiful.
And that sounds so familiar, Selma.
Yeah.
What Anat stands for also.
Yeah, because we're creating non-gendered garments, and that's something disruptive, because especially like in a culture like ours, usually these like spheres are strictly defined, and we're challenging the status quo and saying, no, why do I need to cater to this men's section and this women's section when I can, we're all like, we're all bodies, like we're all a body at the end, just wear whatever. So yeah, that's amazing to hear. And you guys talked a lot about Hifa, and we don't speak Spanish, so we don't know much about like the content. Obviously we know it means boss, but we don't know like much about the context, maybe like the cultural context of it, or what it means to you guys. So if you could tell us more about that.
Yeah, I think that when, at least for me, I feel like I grew up in Dominican Republic, and in Dominican Republic, like when you call a man like jefe, it's like you take ownership of that, like el jefe, like the patron, like the king. But a lot of times when you call a woman jefa, it can be like in relationship with what it means to be mandona, like you're demanding, and you are, you're like a jefa, like men don't it's not the same to call a woman jefa and a man jefe. And I feel like for us, we wanted to grab that word and like disrupt it, and actually give the meaning that it deserves, as far as like, you hustle, you work hard, you take ownership of your space, and you uplift other people. And also the idea that a jefa needs to be a woman that works 24/7. No, you can also take a chill pill and relax and do some self-care nights, and you are a jefa as well, because you're taking ownership of your space and who you are. So, and right now we launch a campaign that's like actually asking women, what does it mean to serve jefa vibes to you? Because for all of us, it has a different meaning, and that's okay. And the ideology that jefa is just somebody that's demanding, or it's a woman that's tackling too many things always. Yes, those things might be true, but in reality, it's up to you how you want to define it,
Yeah.
You can add to it.
I think a little bit from how Valerie was starting, the fact that I didn't grow up in Dominican Republic, but I am very proud, of my heritage and the culture, and the fact that in Dominican Republic, there still exists so much, like we call it machismo, or so much of that, like the man is the man, and the woman doesn't have a role of like her being independent. Forget about like a woman owning her own business and like, running shit. So just being able to live here and actually have a voice for all of these women who like need a platform like this, who need to be heard and to understand, like Valerie said, the Serving Jefa Vibes campaign, like we have somebody who's a mom, and to her, like that is showing up every day, like for your kids. Like it's not just always, what are your priorities? What are your tasks? Are you hustling? Are you, are you being productive? Like, especially now during COVID, it's been all about productivity. What are you, like you're putting so much pressure on people. Like for some people, it's just to chill, like whatever it is. But the fact that you're owning it and you're showing up every day, and then you're happy about it too, because the most important thing is that we're happy. It doesn't matter what you do, you got to be happy, because it's going to translate into everything that you do. So that I think is just, it's a big word. It's a strong word. It's a strong word, but it has so many meanings to so many people. So this campaign that we're doing, I think it's beautiful, because we're reaching out to so many people, and it's going to be ongoing. But you're going to see people that have, that are out there hustling in corporate worlds. people who are entrepreneurs, people who are moms, people who are like all kinds of people, you know?
Yeah, it's awesome. Like, you're right. This whole like productivity culture is so draining. And the other day, I think you guys posted something on your story about having followers, you know, like this obsession with numbers. And it just like, it made me feel so much better when I read it, because I'm constantly thinking about it, and I'm trying not to think in this like mentality of numbers. Like, numbers means you're successful, like more followers means more success. And it was like really nice to have you guys remind me of this, just like a simple post like that.
Yeah, Valerie taught me a lot about that, because when I got pregnant with my second child, I deleted all of my social media. Like, I didn't pause them, I straight up deleted them. So when I started from scratch again. And she was telling me, she told me that, she's like, it's all about your engagement. And now I notice when I see so many profiles, and I'm like, oh my God, 20,000, 30,000, 100,000 followers. And then you go into some of their things and they have zero engagement. I'm like,
yeah, that's like, yeah, exactly.
I rather have like hundreds of followers only, like 300-500 followers, but then people who are constantly like commenting and like, you know, looking for us, because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to create an impact. We're not and inspired. We're not trying to like deliver out to the masses, you know, not in the right way.
Yeah, I mean, having one person counts. Like, it's a person, it's not just some, you know, random number.
Full human being that is choosing to support you. Like,
yeah,
not it per head of that per person that's following you. That's what matters. It's a person that's choosing to take out of the time that the universe, higher power, whatever the tree God, I don't know, man, gifted you, you know? So,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they have been gifted time, and they're choosing to engage with you. That's powerful, and there's magic, you know, and we have to use that engagement wisely.
For sure. No. So me and Layla actually created a HEFA checklist, and yeah.
We wanted to test ourselves, actually.
Yeah, Layla, you can start. Test yourself.
Okay. So what's the deal? If I get how many right, then I'm a HEFA.
You guys tell us.
I think by looking at this list, I feel like we're all jefas.
Yes.
To be honest, I know that there's things that we need to work on. For example, I qualify myself as a jefa, but in fact, the example number 3, enjoying the now.
Yes.
I struggle with that. So I need Lolita to teach me a little bit more how to do that, because to be honest, I'm constantly thinking of the next step, and I don't really get down to like, oh my God, I'm here now, I'm breathing, I'm healthy, let me enjoy today. So I think I am a true queen jefa. I qualify as a jefa. We all do, but I do need to work a little bit more in the enjoying the now checklist.
Yeah, and for me, for example, like showing up every day, like especially with, you know, with everything that's going on in the world, it's been hard. I have 2 kids to like working on this launch and having to do distance learning, and I have a 2-year-old toddler who one day has 50 tantrums a day. Like, I'm trying to, she's so extra. That's some days I wake up and I'm like, oh my, like, is it over? Like, I'm just like, some days I'm exhausted and I'm drained. And it's hard for me to wake up and be like, man, am I gonna show up today? Like, is it gonna be me? Is it just I'm gonna half-ass it? Like, is it like, what am I gonna do? Because not every day I wake up and I'm like ready to conquer the world. So it's, you know, it's and then it's working on little things to build yourself up again to that, to where you need to be. Yep. Because you can wake up not in the mood, but you can build yourself out throughout your morning and your day to get you right back to that place. But it's hard. We could be we're jefas, but every day we're also humans. Exactly. So you know. It's just embracing that now. And if that now, it means that you want to cry for an hour, then cry for an hour. Let it out. And then continue on your path of what you have to get done. But it's okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
No, that's awesome.
You guys, by looking at this checklist, what's something that you have, but you think you need Lolita?
I think for me, I struggle with getting things done just because I have like an enormous to-do list, like 20 things, and it's like the day doesn't have room for 20 things. So then I start beating myself up when the 20 things don't get done in that day. So I just need to organize myself better and stop giving myself too much to do, like spread it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like both of us every day.
Yeah.
Not enough hours in the day to complete.
And you go to sleep.
I know.
Like, I didn't do everything on my to-do list, but it's like, of course you can, because your to-do list is 100 things.
It's not
exactly.
It's not obtainable. Like,
no, it's not. Like, sorry.
Yeah. What about you, Layla?
Well, I think, because right now I have my hair straightened, and usually I have really curly hair. So I would say embracing, but I don't do it much. I might straighten my hair like 3 times a year, or when I have like a celebration or something. And now I decided, I just want to do it to see, just for a change. So I would go with embracing my natural beauty. Just
Yay!
for now.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I actually kept it natural because I know that like the HEPA vibe has to do with this. So I was like, I'm not straightening for this interview. I showered.
Very persistent. I like this energy.
Yeah, but this is good. I mean, just to go over the checklist and to remind yourself that if you really want to be a HIFA, you need to do these things, even though, as you said, it doesn't have to be perfect every day. But it's
like you need to improve. Yeah.
And
yeah.
Project that you're working on too, like we've learned, and POSH PALMA Styles is actually a prime example of it all, is to not wait until it's perfect, because you're always trying to reach perfection before you launch something. You're always trying to reach perfection before you post that picture. You want to reach before you pitch to a client. You want everything that we do. It's like, but wait, I gotta wait till I do it like perfect, and then I gotta do it. Yeah. Like that's what I used to think with the store. In my mind, I was like, oh, when I'm 40 and my kids are big and they can take care of themselves, I'll do it because I'll have more time. And I was very busy looking for excuses and excuses and excuses. And I was like, why can't I do it now? It might not be as easy, but oh well. Like at 40, I'm going to be encountering other issues, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. So might as well just do it, because at the end of the day, you're going to stumble, we're going to fall, and we're going to get up again. And we're going to learn. And that's just part of it, So.
Yeah. And I think for me, it's also like a lot of times when you're working on projects like this, and I guess you guys can relate to, is that you're constantly seeking validation. You're constantly validation because you are 100% with what you're doing. And it goes hand in hand with the perfectionist component of it.
But really, our POSH PALMA Styles is going to be an umbrella for so many different Latinx brands to come together. And it's not just fashion. Like, we're talking about art. We're talking about like whatever it is that your expertise in and what you're creative in, and it's your form of expression, like, and you fall under our umbrella of who that girl is, like who you want to empower, who you want to elevate, who you want to uplift. Like, we want to be a part of you. Like Valerie said, we are a community. So we want to be able to all live and like kind of feed off each other, because what she was saying too, like, it's not that there's enough room for all of us to grow. Exactly. So why don't we all just share the same resources? Like, if like you just told us about Procreate, somebody else that is like, someone who's doing something else wouldn't have told us that tip. But why did you tell us that? Because you're using it. You're gonna grow in your own way. We're gonna grow in our own way. Like, but we can both grow. Exactly. Like, what's the point of keeping knowledge and things, resources from other people, especially women who are genuinely just want to help you.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I think that's the line, like that's where you draw the line between community and brand, because otherwise, if you don't have these components, then it's just some other like Zara or Mango or whatever.
And you would love to call yourself, like a lot of brands do want to call themselves a community, but it's like, are you actually giving back to the community?
Yeah.
Not just monetarily. I think that a lot of times, you're giving back financially. It's not about that. That's a component, because money does bring opportunity sometimes, but it's beyond that. It's like, are you actually influencing?
Yeah. Are you like, do you respond to people when they reach out for help? Are you giving them advice they need? Because sometimes that's more important than the money that you're donating to.
No, it's your time and your expertise.
Yeah.
we've encountered people that we reach out to, and people that don't even have that much following, like stores and stuff like that. And I'm like, you just see the people's true colors, because you're like, I know you're on your social media. Like, what does it take for you to take 2 seconds and respond to someone who's actually trying to live their dream and who wants to be someone and who's really showing up every day? Like, it takes you 2 seconds to give that little tip of what.
Just a little tip, literally.
Yeah, that's all it is.
And it's so easy to communicate now. You don't have to meet them in real life. You just text it.
And it's like what you're walking to the bathroom. Like, that's
it's not that difficult.
It's not.
Yeah. No, seriously. And yeah, like, moving away from this topic, I was wondering what type of message do you guys send to young Latina girls? Because I'm sure a lot of them follow you, and I'm sure you have an influence. So if you could speak more to that.
If I had one thing that I needed to say to young Latinas, I think it would be two. One is what I shared earlier. Don't wait until you think your dream is perfect to launch it. Do it now. Don't wait, because there's never a perfect moment. And then number 2 is really always stick to your why. Always know the foundation of your dream and where the roots. Why is it that you started it? And hold on to that, because it's not an easy journey. It's a lot of people think, oh, you're your own entrepreneur. Like, oh wow, you guys work from home. Oh guys, you guys take videos and pictures, and you guys dress up and and a lot of work.
Yeah, I mean, this video is gonna take me and Layla 24 hours to subtitle it. Like,
That's
I'm
true.
gonna stay up all night putting these Arabic subtitles. It doesn't take an hour. It takes hours and days with an S. So
so just really, if you stand strong to your why and just be clear of that and believe it, then nobody's gonna stop.
You're right. I mean, that's why we translate to Arabic, Layla, right? We need to stick to the why, even if it takes days.
Yeah,
Actually,
exactly. That's what.
That's so deep. I'm actually contemplating right now.
Yeah.
It makes you really think. Valerie, would you? Yeah.
I'll say for me is, it's like bringing it back to the topic of like understanding your history and where you come from, because like the moment I started learning about what it meant to be Afro-Latina and how like me as Valerie Diaz, I have the ability to connect with other Afro-Latinas and with other women, and there's power winning that, underlying that. And I think really understanding where you come from and holding on to your roots and like your ancestors and like your people from, back in time, and how that makes you so much stronger. Because I'm not gonna lie, like that, it gave me so much confidence throughout my journey as an entrepreneur and as a woman. And I feel way more, powerful and ready to take on things, because I understand that I am a beautiful Latina because my hair is beautiful and because my skin color is beautiful, and I'm not gonna let anyone tell me otherwise. So really, really embrace who the F you are. Like, pay no mind to people. Just be yourself. Be your damn self. Like, nobody pays your bills. So I think that, and I'll say also, like, keep feeding yourself of information, because there's not like a stop to it. There's so much information out there, and there's so many rooms for you to continue to get better. And I don't mean it in a like unhealthy way, but I mean there's always room for you to continue to learn and grow. So don't be 100% like, oh, I already know everything. No, you don't, sweetie. There's more to learn, and there's more things that you can do to really feed off yourself and bring more value. And that's how my mentality, like, I'm never, even if I had $1 million in my bank account, I'm going to be like, well, maybe we don't have that $1 million. We got to keep pushing, because otherwise you get too comfortable, and then you're not humble. And then that defeats the whole purpose.
That's
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has been so meaningful. I feel so touched and
Me too.
inspired.
Please keep preaching.
Keep preaching.
Keep
Yeah,
doing
literally.
your thing.